So here we're back with more random the story, like about my abilities and my life and everything and all that kind of stuff. But it's gonna be so random. Like like right now, there's one thing that I've been doing and practicing. I've been doing this since I was a kid, but I didn't know what it was. Now, most people that see this that I went to school with in junior high, they know what I'm getting ready to talk about when I start describing it. But everybody who was on the track team and I went to junior high with, they know about the random Japanese outbursts that happened to me in junior high because that's when it started. It started with um, on the track team and this aspect, this random Japanese aspect. But now that I realize that it's not an aspect, it's me. All this time of me thinking it was an aspect, it's me. I'm doing this. So what's happening is I have dual channels, right? And from the past couple of videos, you've seen how I be crossing channels when and then everything stops. I lose track, get back, I stop talking, and then I remember where I was back in the old, and then go back to that, and jump to this, and then go back to the other story, and jump to this, and boom, boom, boom. So since I noticed that within myself, it damn it happened again. Since it was happening in junior high, it came with a surprise, and I just started speaking Japanese fluently. When I say fluently, I'm talking about fluently, like I lived there before. Like it would just boom, like it'll just like now. What I do now is I keep a translator to catch what I'm saying half the time. Cause look at it like this. What what I do, I understand that this is an antenna. And what I've learned throughout my journey in studying the body is when you turn your head in different directions, look at it like you're turning your knob on the station, right? And whenever I'm in the stillness in certain directions and I lock onto this station, I tune into nothing but Japanese. So what I've been doing all along is I've been teaching myself Japanese, fluent Japanese. Some words I do understand, some sentences I do understand. The language itself I understand. So when I look at language, I don't look at, oh, what is he saying? It's the rhythm, the sound, the beat of the language. That's what I pick up on. When I pick up on the beat of the language, I know what they're saying without them having to actually say it to me in English. I understand the rhythm of how they're saying. Japanese has a very interesting flow and rhythm, but it's easy to understand on a musical level. So I've been teaching myself Japanese since junior high, but it stopped after I stopped making jokes about it around 11th or 12th grade is when things started to slow down. But as I grew, it stopped. It stopped for about a good 8, 9 years until I was about 20. Like once I reached 30 something, it started again, and it still does until this day. Like now that I have more control over it, instead of running from what's happening, I'm actually learning another language. I'm teaching myself other language. It's pretty dope, man. on what we can actually do with these vessels that we call machines, man. Like over here practicing now. Oh, here we go. It's pulling up. Like when I feel it coming, I get my translator ready and I just let it flow. And then I see what I said. It's pretty cool because I speak it so fluently. Like, hold on, here it comes, here it comes. トロディマティンシュシュココシャミドイントロンブラティキニシ See, like I'm really saying stuff.
By the way, today is a good store.
By the way, today's a good store. I said that. Did I know I was saying that? I felt it. Because I know how it felt, I said it. Now I know what I felt, I said it. I spoke what I felt, and that's what I said in English. Japanese, it was.
ところで本店就航よしみ的店
I don't know how to explain this in English yet, man. But it's language before, it's music before language. That's all language is. It's the same sound, but it's tuned differently. Because you have to look at it. Every language has an English translation. Think about that. Every language has an English translation when it comes to this language thing. Why does everything have to have English? You ever sit down and think about stuff like that? Why does everything have to be English? English is the dumbest language I have. Like, it doesn't make any sense to have so many words that sound the same but mean different things. So when you say it, you don't know what you're really saying. That's a play with sound. Like, that's how you take 432 and shift it to 434. Like you're lowering the vibration by playing with the sound of the word but giving it different meanings. So when people say these words, they're really hurting themselves, not knowing what they're saying. It is, man, listen, English is crazy. It's crazy, man. When you really start to study sound, and it is wicked because anybody can say anything. But the vibration, the vibration, intent, the tone, the resonance, the tempo, you have to pick up on all of that to really know the truth on what they're really saying. Yeah, man. Healing your inner child is one of the greatest things that I ever done. Like to think that I would make it this far with what I've been going through. That's top tier. That's top tier, man. Because like in that moment, I chose myself. I didn't care about what was going on. I grabbed my book bag and what I had on my back and walked out of that home and left everything behind. Everything. My peace, my sanity, my mental health, my well-being was way more important than than anything. I already lost a lot. And then you're gonna add on to it it, I'd rather remove myself from the situation than to keep it going. That's a different type of love for yourself, man. Different type of love. But this journey has taught me a lot. Like the park, the compass, the animals, the yo, nature is really your best teacher. Nature is really your best teacher. When I tell y'all the story about, I told the story. It's on my YouTube. But I tell y'all the story about the owls. How a male barbed owl, the last of his kind, was telepathically communicating with me. He followed me around. Whatever it was about my aura, he liked it. And he used my aura as a beacon to communicate with the females in that area, and it worked. But what they were doing was teaching me sound projection, sound and angle sound, teaching me sound projection in the grid. Now, that park was shaped like a giant megaphone or a baseball field diamond. It had that diamond shape, right? It had that weird diamond shape, but it curved over like this and went straight. But here's the thing, that curve was a creek of water. What made it eat that place was magic. That place is magic. I don't care what anybody says. That place is magic. Like as soon as you walk into that place, you're gonna feel a whole. It's a different threshold. It's a different threshold, man. Your phone won't have service. You won't have any phone service because the energy there is so it's dense. It blocks phone service. You have to hold your phone in a certain way for like you really have to be still in order to have service. You can't walk around in that park at all to get phone service. You're not getting it. The energy there, it blocks out everything. Like you really have to find an energy pocket and utilize it to get service or some type of connection. I learned that by playing around with the pockets. Because I'll say, okay, in this pocket, there's no service. But when I move to these two pockets, I get service. Like I was playing around with pockets of energy on how to get service in that park. This is how I learned how to, teach what I teach, all from experience. Like everything that I'm teaching in my university is all from experience, what I went through in survival mode. Because that's where you learn the most about your abilities is in survival mode. You're being in survival mode, you're triggering those responses again to relearn them. It's fire, man. You're triggering that trauma response to relearn your abilities. And you're getting put in situations to learn the mechanics of your abilities. That's why I'm able to speak so fluently about sound and a bunch of other things. Not to sit here and say, oh, I'm the best at this. No, this is what nature taught me. This is what nature taught me, and I'm sharing others how to connect and do the same thing with nature. It's fire, man. But the way that park was shaped, I was able to treat it like a giant megaphone. But I had to learn the mechanics of that environment because it's not my territory. It's theirs. The owls, the birds, they know this area. They know this territory. They know the angles. They know the energy pockets. They know everything about this place. So I was like, okay, teach me. And they was like, all right, say less. So first, He was like, first we're gonna, well, you already know how to do the call, but we're gonna teach you how to project your sound and use nature to help you carry your sound. I was like, huh? He was like, listen, I'm gonna teach you how to project your sound, but let nature carry your sound. I was like, all right. So he did his call, the owl call, barbed owl, by the way. He did his owl call. I was like, all right, cool. I did mine. He was like, I bet. I hear you, but I don't hear you. What direction are you facing? I was like, all right, I'm facing south. He's like, no, face southwest. Face more toward the water, going in the opposite direction. When you versus flowing in that direction, I was like, okay. He did his owl call. I did mine. And he was like, you see the difference? They can hear you. Oh, copy, copy. I was like, clever, clever bird, clever bird. I was like, I got you. I was like, okay, so explain that to me. Why'd that happen? And he was like, when you go against the current of water with sound, the energy above that current, that flowing current of water, there's a energy current that's flowing above it, like spirals. I call it spirals because it it fits better to what's happening. I call it spirals, but it spirals in that direction of the flowing current. So when you project sound within a current that's going in a direction, and you got this going in this direction, what happens is it slingshots and goes back. It shoots back. And now it's carrying your sound upstream and it spreads out. I was like, holy, what? Copy. Copy. I get it now. Get it. So I was learning how to project my sound and ricochet sound off of water in the opposite direction of flowing current and with the flowing current of water. I was like, yo, this is dope. And then we go deeper into the mechanics, and that's where I teach the sound acoustics, echolocation, and sonar. And yo, the sonar part and echolocation, wild, wild. Echolocation is more so during the dark because darkness holds sound. When it's light out, there's so much sound going at once because everything's passing through because everybody's active. Everybody's making noise. Everything's making noise. But at night, it's quiet. You can hear more and you can see more at night. You can see more at night than you can during the day, which is wild. It's a nocturnal thing. Owls taught me that you can what do you call it? Not dilate, but you can shift your visual pupils like camera lenses. You can do that. There's a like you can shift how you want to see at night is insane. You can spread the view at night when you I don't know how to, it's not English yet. I don't know how to explain it in English yet. I don't know how to speak it in English yet. But I know how to do it. This is the process of why the advanced wing is not available yet because I'm still translating. This is the cool part about it. I'm translating all of my work. into English and into a simpler form to explain what I was doing and how I was doing it, the science behind it, um, the source of it, because it's animals are birds in general. The three birds that I connected with the most was the owls, the crows, which I call amayu, and the hawks. Those three birds, heavy connection with. Like it doesn't matter where I go, I'm gonna hear or see one of those three. I tell people anytime you're around me, you're gonna see hawks, you're gonna see crows, and you're gonna hear owls. So be ready. Do not be afraid. Do not fear. They're messengers. They're listening. Don't be afraid. I tell people that all the time. You're gonna see a lot of very interesting things when you're in my field. Very interesting things. But yeah, man, it is a very interesting life to live when you're different. But the fact that I was hiding all of this for this long is wild, man. Cause like you always think like, okay, what are people gonna say? Are they gonna run from me? Are they gonna stop talking to me? Are they gonna be like, oh, you're one of those and you're this and so I just kept quiet about a lot of stuff. And I relied on my shadow to really show itself more than my light. Like what people don't understand is I'm not saying this in a boastful way or a bragging way. I'm saying this in a way like I've been here before. This isn't new to me. This isn't new to me. But when you're in an environment where they are heavily against that, it stops what it was you were creating. That's why my well, that's why one of my mottos and my brand is finish what you started. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm finally being able to finish what I started. I've been doing this content creating thing for a very long time. I have older YouTube pages that still exist. I just forgot the passwords to them where I was dancing. I have a whole YouTube of me dancing. I have a whole YouTube of me playing video games. Yes, I game. I do a lot of things. I just don't show it. I got a whole gaming channel where I play all types of games. But since I don't have my PlayStation and have a certain setup, I'm not recording much of my gameplay. The only games that I'm playing right now is Fruit Ninja, and then the games on my laptop. Other than that, I don't play my PlayStation like I used to. I don't play any video games like that, except the ones on my laptop and my phone. But yeah, man, there's more to me that meets the eye. Optimus Prime, yes sir. Like I'm a real. When I say I'm a geek, I'm a real geek, man. I'm a real geek. I'm into a lot of things that, of course, anime. Like my main go-to for like movie themes, vampires, all day. I got just about every underworld movie, every Blade movie. I don't have the what do you call it, the New Moon, the Vampire, not Vampire Diaries. What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue with the whole series. There's one with New Moon and the whole vampire series. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, I like all the vampire stuff. I watched all the Vampire Diaries, the originals, even the new one with the kids. Like I watched stuff like that. I grew up on Charmed and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and all. I grew up on that stuff. It was teaching me my life, my style of life, what my ancestors were doing. So I grew up watching that stuff on TV, not knowing I'm teaching myself. Didn't realize it. But as I look back at my life and realize what I was watching, I was like, yo, I'm teaching myself things. Like whenever I'm in tough situations, my favorite go-to movies, Ocean's 11, 12, 13, and 8, and Now You See Me, and Now You See Me Too, and all the Transformers movies, and the first Aquaman movie. Those are my go-to movies to help me get back on track and remember parts of myself. Transformers, that one is heavy because of the symbols. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get my journal so I can show you this. So Transformers was heavy on symbols when Sam's great grandfather Archibald turned on Megatron's navigation system and had the symbols in his glasses. They were very similar to what I've been drawing half my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been drawing these symbols, but not knowing exactly what they were. See, as a child, you start doing things and you don't really know why. But I remember drawing symbols and I stopped. A lot of things, because of the environment I was in, I started and stopped because I realized, okay, if I continue with this in this environment with these people, something's going to happen and I'm not interested in what's going to happen. So I have to play it safe for now until I'm on my own to start learning on what's going on with me. You know what I'm saying? But my entire life, I was always distracted to where I couldn't take that time to understand more about me. All these distractions, way too many distractions. Back then, it was out of control back then. But now that everything is stabilized and I can see and I have the clarity to remember all of this stuff and integrate and embody and teach, it's like, whoa, this is really happening. Like people don't understand the power of words. I would repeatedly tell myself over and over and over. It's in this journal too. It's in this journal. Repeatedly told myself and would read it over and over and have voice recordings of who I am, what I'm going to be doing with myself, and where I'm headed. I played that so much to where it's literally happening. It's actually happening. When you do the work on the inside first, when you do that internal work on the inside first, you're going to see things in your reality change in a way that it's going to be like, is this even real? Because when I tell you something that happened in my life, that happened exactly the way I said it was going to happen, and it happened exactly like And I would play this over and over and over how it was going to happen. I played it over, like I see it visually, then I'll speak about it out loud. And it happened the exact same way. I kid you not. It happened the exact same way. This is why I mean, like I was telling my story as I was going through it. I was telling my story as I was going through. That's why I told you guys it's going to be a life transformation. Because when I was at the homeless shelter, I was forced out. I didn't want to come out, but I was forced out. And I was like, you know what? I'll just do it live. Live transformation. But I wanted to wait until everything was finished and then come back out. But I was like, nah, they're missing the whole story. Document everything you're doing. Let the storytelling, let your content tell the story. But back it up with words. You know what I'm saying? Maybe on 30 minutes, take 5, here we go.